What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. I hope everyone has had a safe and a relaxing Thanksgiving. Mine got a bit hectic, but it's okay. A lot of things were happening out of my control, and I handled them pretty well, thanks to video games, of course. But I think this is the first Black Friday in, gosh, 20, probably 20 plus years that I did not buy a video game. I went out, went to Walmart, went to GameStop, went to Target, looked at a couple places, but man, the deals just weren't there. And the things that were on sale, I had already owned. Anything that I wanted, it just wasn't worth my time or my money, to be perfectly honest. And I don't know how you guys felt. Some of you probably scored some great things, but in my area, it wasn't happening. I did order a couple things off of Atari.com. They had a huge sale, and that was cool. But even on Amazon, man, some of the games just, it just wasn't worth it. So grabbed a couple things. Grabbed this T-shirt, this Nuka-Cola. Here, let me try. Yeah, there you go. This Nuka-Cola T-shirt from GameStop was for $10. I thought it looked pretty cool. I grabbed a couple other things, but game-wise, I did not buy any games. So before Thanksgiving, though, I was up at the local big city, and I was able to score quite a few games. 6, to be exact. That's pretty good in my book. This is another one of these wonderful game hunting gone right. And didn't have any of these games. I'm excited because a couple of these games I'd seen for a long time, and just the price was never right, or I just wasn't in the right mind to pick it up. And I jumped on them. And I'm very, very excited that I have these now in my collection. Now, a lot of these games, well, one game in particular, I've gotten really lucky with lately with Atari games. I've just been at the right moment and made the right conversation with the right people, and I've scored a lot of good Atari games lately, and I'm very excited about that because sometimes there's some that they think, just based on the property, they think, oh, this thing must be worth a lot of money, and it's not. But you get some people that either do the research or realize, you know what, it's not that big of a deal, let's just sell this video game, and I'm always happy to scoop that up. So with that, let's get on with the games that I got, and let's see if you guys agree if this was some game hunting gone right. First and foremost is a game called Star Master on the Atari 2600. Now, this is a complicated game, but it is super fun. I never played it before, never heard of it before, to be perfectly honest, and when I saw that, I figured I'd give it a shot. In this game, you fly around, and sorry, that's even going too far. First off, you got to pick the difficulty level. And then you get in the game, and you can't find anything. And it took me a couple tries before I finally realized what to do. I had to research it. You use one of the toggle switches on the actual Atari itself to bring up your map. And when you do that, you can move around, and you go after these fighters. And when your screen, at the bottom of your screen, turns red, like you can see on the video, it means you're near a fighter, and you got to kill it. Now, you have energy, and shooting causes you to lose energy. Warping around causes you to lose energy. Getting shot causes you to lose energy. It's a very risk versus reward game because you want to take out these fighters and save your bases, but at the same time you have to be really reserved on how you do it. I'm not good at this game. I just started playing it, so it kicked my butt. Very fun game. I love this game. If you run out of energy, you're stranded in space. Really cool game. I will make it a point to figure this game out and beat it, hopefully, one day. We'll see. Anyway, moving on from that, we have Title Masters Pro Wrestling. Now this was about $1, I think. Never seen it. Once again, never heard of it. But, you know, I like wrestling games. I don't like this wrestling game. This is a two-player game. Sorry, I'm stacking my games up. This is a two-player game, and you can play technically by yourself. Sometimes the computer will do things, other times it won't. You only have one button on the entire controller, so you pretty much have to grab the dude and then use the directional pad to do things with him, and it just, I don't know, it's a game. I'm doing this review based on one player, so I plan to do it as a two-player with a buddy or with my son or something like that, and I'll let you know then. But as of right now, if you're going to pick this game up, make sure you have someone else to play it with. Moving on from there, we have the one that I'm very excited about, Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. Now this game, I played the heck out of this game when I was a kid. A friend of mine, Josh, had this game, and I played it and played it and played it. And I've seen it in the wild, and they always wanted so much money just because it was a Star Wars game. It's not worth that. This thing, I believe, was $2 at my local store that I go to a lot. I picked that thing up. This game is so fun. So you're in a what are they called? The land speeders? I forgot what they're called. The not the TIE fighter, but the small one that's on Hoth. You're on Hoth, and you gotta take out the AT-ATs, and you're flying around. Or is it the AT-SATs? I don't know, man. My brain is cooked. The four-legged ones. I promise I love Star Wars. So you're flying around, and you got to shoot at these things, and you have to time your shots right because they shoot back and they do a lot of damage. And the more you hit them, their color scheme changes, and you know they're getting close to death. But if you get a really quick succession of shots on them, a little pixel will open up on them. That's kind of like a rainbow, and that's like an instant kill. So you want to go for this. Very fun game. Played it a lot as a kid, and I'm very excited to have it in my collection. I've been playing the heck out of this since I got it on no, Tuesday or Wednesday. I've put some serious hours on that game. So, moving on from that, we're going to move on to the Sega Genesis. Now, this is a game where I played as a kid. I rented it, and I had rose-tinted glasses because when I got it again last week, this game's not that great. And that is Terminator 2, T2 Judgment Day on the Sega Genesis. I think I had so many fond memories of this because not only did I play it on the Sega, but I played it on the Super Nintendo. And the Super Nintendo version is so much better than the Sega version. As you can see, you kind of walk around, you got to collect things, you got to start with getting a shotgun and a pistol, and you got to destroy future tech. And you can't punch and move at the same time. You have to stop moving to punch. And it's just frustrating because the enemies constantly just keep coming at you. They never stop. And you run out of bullets in life fairly quickly. And this is not a good version of this game. It is on my bucket list, and I was able to collect it. I'm happy. But if you want to play this game, play it on the Super Nintendo. It is a much better game, in my opinion. But we'll see. Okay, moving on. I've got a PSP game, and that is Star Ocean First Departure. Now, I'm a huge Star Ocean fan. I have most of them. I love these games. This thing was complete. The UMD is in immaculate condition, like zero scratches. Zero scratches. And not only that, dun dun dun, it comes with the complete colored booklet, which is a rarity. It even has the registration card for Square Enix still in it. That's awesome. So I'm just curious if this thing was actually ever played. It looks like it was opened and then never played. We'll never know. It was definitely played by me. This is a typical RPG. You run around town, you talk to people, you get clues, and events happen, and you fight. Now, this isn't my... The RPGs I like the most are kind of like the old-fashioned Final Fantasies, where it's one turn and then the other turn and then turn. But this is more of a, you run up and you smack them in the middle of battle and you make decisions on the fly. It's fun. I like Star Ocean. I like this. I have, I think, every other Star Ocean on the PSP, so this was the last one. I'm very happy.
We've got to... Let's go! Look out! Everyone ready? Let's get moving!
Now, moving on to our last game. For the Xbox 360, we have Dungeon Siege 3. Now, I never played any of these series. This is the first one, and I think it's a great game. It's like Diablo. It's like all those other games where you just walk around, like the... gosh, I can't even think of the name right now. I gotta stop filming these videos during this time of day because my brain is so cooked. The Champions of North, that's what I was trying to say. Return to Arms and all that good stuff. Like those, you walk around, you fight, you pick a fighter or a cleric or a mage, and you go around, you collect things, and it's good. It has a really cool dialogue system, kind of the 4 dialogue system like Fallout 4 does. You pick where you want to go, and it determines how you play the game and where the story goes. It's good. It's so good that I actually want to play the first 2 before I complete this 3rd one, because I think I will get a better understanding of the story if I do that. So yeah, Dungeon Siege 3 on the Xbox 360.
I think we're close to the old Legion chapter house. If any of our friends are still alive, that's where they'll be.
The Legion have a chapter house here? In this valley?
They built chapter houses in every part of Ebb, even in remote places like this. They were strongholds where legionnaires would meet, sometimes in fellowship, sometimes for war. You should have seen the Grand Chapter House in Stonebridge, headquarters for the whole Legion. My father took me inside it once.
Tell me about the attack. What do you remember?
Odo sent letters to all the descendants of the Legion. He wanted to gather them here, train them as Legionnaires, and take back the country. They smashed through the window.
Now, getting away from the games, last video I picked up the World of Warcraft, the Burning Crusade manual. Well, it wasn't. Okay, it's not the actual. It's the Battle Chest manual, which is like a tiny one. The original manuals, which I used to have, and I don't know what happened to them, they're like an inch and a half thick. They're fat boys. But these skinny ones came in the Battle Chest, and they were very, very condensed. But I got the Burning Crusade last time, and I went back to the same store last week, and I got the original. It was out, which it was probably in the back, and I just didn't ask. But I'm very excited about that because I got both of the Battle Chest manuals, and that's a good score in my book. I've been reading through this thing again and reliving my 20s. Good times, good times. Also, one more thing. I don't know if you guys have a Tractor Supply in your area, but I picked this up. Hold on. At Tractor Supply, I walked in there, I was looking for my chicken feed, and lo and behold, this thing was hanging there for a good price, and I picked it up. This is a metal tin for Atari, and I thought that looked so dang cool. And usually I'm either getting, chicken feed or small tools from their discount section. I never really go back to their books and their farm decor and all that, but I decided to, and I'm very happy to. I got to figure out where to hang this thing, but this is a really cool looking little hang. It even has some like fake patina, little rust on it. Pretty cool. I think it was like 17 bucks. But yeah, that was my score last week. What do you all think? I'm very excited. I'm going to add these to my collection and be happy. Did you guys have a chance to play any of these games? Do you still play any of these games? Is it worth me going to get Dungeon Siege 1 and 2 to try it out? Let me know. You guys take some time this week to play a video game. It doesn't have to be any of these, but why the heck not? Play some Empire Strikes Back. That game's really cool. As always, be good people, be good to those around you, and keep on gaming.